Hello, beautiful people, and happy Friday. I hope you guys had another wonderful week. I am, of course, just checking in to do a quick card pull and say a quick hello to you guys. And for those of you who haven't caught one of these before, I'm using the cards from the D4Yart deck, and there's actually three of the decks that have been released. I have these two right here that I'm showing you, but I actually will be pulling from one of the three decks. Hi, Miss Rita. I think someone else just came in too. Hang on a sec. I can't see. Linda, hello. So yes, so we're gonna pull, see what our topic is for today. This is always exciting because I never know what we're going to talk about until we come on. All right, let's see. Let's do this one right here. Oh, that's a fun one. Okay. All righty then. So the card that I pulled, first of all, is the Dawning Victory art piece, and this, like some of the ones that I've included in the deck, is not exactly the same as the version of the art piece that was released. Sometimes I do a variation, but I do note that. So on the back side of the card, you have the name of the card, the little word that comes with it that is, you know, thought-provoking for you. And then down here, it tells you the name of what the art piece is that's on the front. So if you want to, you can always go back. Hi, Miss Dorinda. I see someone else is in here too, and I'm so sorry I missed seeing who that was. You can always go, because on Dyed4YouArt.com, if you look in our menu, one of the things that we have is under gallery is art by name. And so if you ever want to, if you get the deck, or if you see one that's posted online and you want to read the word that goes with the art piece, you can always visit Dyed4YouArt.com, and on Dyed4YouArt.com, if you go to art by name, you can look it up. So this one is Dawning Victory. So you would scroll down to your D's and ta-da, there's Dawning Victory. So all of them are on there with the exception of the ones that are unreleased, which would say unreleased. So you would know that, so you don't have to worry about that. Anyway, so this one, however, even though it's Dawning Victory, is the Revelation card. And so let's see. So the Revelation card says, open your heart, and from a place of tranquility, listen for direction and revelation. Let your focus hone in on what you're hearing, sensing, seeing, and resist the urge to filter it through logic and initially simply receive. Allow yourself to be saturated as you receive wisdom beyond your natural abilities, and may you receive what you need, and may you have the wisdom to recognize it when it comes. Ooh, that's good. So much in there. So many different directions we could go. Okay, which direction do we want to go, Papa? All right, the part that's getting highlighted to me is the part in the middle where it's talking about resisting the urge to filter it through logic. I think one of the most challenging things about learning to flow in the prophetic, you know, if you're following, you know, intuition, which is spirit within you prompting, however you want to call it, whatever your verbiage is, one of the most challenging things is not constantly filtering it here and being do that. And, you know, and so not doing that is really difficult, you know, because our brains want to engage, and so we want to, like, does that make sense? And how would I do that? And like, what does that mean? And so I think that is one of the most challenging things to learn to kind of set that aside. It's kind of like if you're ever brainstorming for ideas, the same thing is said, like where it's like, don't, hi Kim, sorry, I just saw the heart come through. I was like, oh, hello. You know, not allowing yourself to kind of say no in a moment where you want that flow to be coming. It's kind of like if you're priming the pump, you don't want to do anything that's going to cause interference with that, because what you want is to encourage that flow and to encourage it to continue coming and to increase its rate so that you have, you know, this awesome saturation that's there, whether it's in brainstorming, whether it's in revelation, whatever that looks like. And so it's that not doing anything to cause resistance to that. And so when we start trying to process it logically, that's essentially what we're doing. Because like, well, what are the logistics for that? How would I execute that? And it's not the moment for that. Those are great questions to ask, but you wait and ask that later. So you have to let yourself receive, let yourself take it in. And so just be a witness without judgment in that moment, which honestly, that is an amazing skill to learn. I just want to go on record as saying that. This is something that I've had to learn. I'm actually going to totally rabbit trail right now. This is something I've had to learn about how I deal with myself and with my own emotions, is to be a witness without judgment, because our emotions are not bad or good. They are simply information for us. So in that same way, if we can use that skill to witness without judgment, like literally just curiosity, right? What is this? What is this telling me right now? Like, what is this thing that I am seeing? What is this that's coming into my space? And just trying to understand it, as opposed to trying to figure out like what it means or tell it that it's wrong or whatever that looks like, to just have curiosity without judgment. That is such an amazing skill, and it will serve you well in so many areas. And so I just strongly encourage you guys, do that when you are observing your own feelings. Like, even if your feelings are messy, there was a moment, golly, it was probably a couple weeks ago, when I got really angry about something, and I'm just going to tell you, I don't get angry very often. I'm not like that. Like in my youth, I used to be very fiery and everything would set me off, but now it takes a lot to get me angry. And it was something that kind of surprised me. And I was like, I can't believe I'm angry about this, but I'm like really angry. And so, you know, my initial thing was to be like, Megan, why are you angry about this? You need to calm down. Like, what's your deal? But I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to sit with this in curiosity without judgment. And I was like, why are you so triggered by this? What is making you so angry? And at the root of it, there was something legitimate that was there, and it was hitting an old wound. And that's the reason that the response was that intense. And so then I was able to sit with like the wound that had been caused decades ago, that had been triggered again, and just kind of bear witness to my younger self and say, wow, you know, in that moment, that was a horrible thing that you went through. No wonder that hurt. No wonder there was like, you know, shades of this still hurting underneath the surface. And again, that ability to be able to, you know, observe without judgment is just so beautiful. And so the same holds true when you're hearing from the Lord, because if you are trying to contain the expansive, you know, knows no limits God that we know, like if you're trying to contain that God within your brain, which is very like limited because your understanding is limited, then you're going to be missing things, because you're going to be like, yeah, that makes no sense. I'm checking that out. Well, it could be that God is wanting to expand your understanding. And so you have to hold that loosely and just say, okay, I don't get that, but okay, give me more, you know? And so it's being able to be in that place of curiosity without judgment. Anyway, I'm going to scroll back because I see that there's lots of comments here. It's fun seeing everyone pop in and out. Oh, hello. There's so many people who popped in. It's so great to see you guys. All right, hold on a second. It's so crazy because Facebook has made it to where like there's this big box here that's like stars enabled, and so I can't see your comments because it's trying to tell me about the stars. I'm like, I don't care, I want to see what you guys are saying. So, oh, that's fun. Oh, it's so fun to see where everybody is. Oh my gosh, lots of people in and out. Yes, I know, Rita, you're right, you do have this one. That's fun. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. I know I saw another one down here. Exactly, Kim. It is an awesome self-regulation tool for both ourselves and for the prophetic flow. You're absolutely right. Again, it is a skill that will serve you well. Because the fact is that I think it's one of the reasons why, even in ministry, that people have felt, very safe talking with me about things, because sometimes God tells us stuff that, you feel kind of crazy. And so being able to listen with curiosity and without judgment allows people to feel safe sharing things, and so, I've had people who've said, I feel like God told me this is my spouse, or I had this angelic experience, or I had this. And some of it, I'm like, wow, that's, really new to me. That's a little bit out there, and I'll be like, am I still able to hold space for this? That's pretty out there. And I'm like, I'll hold space for this. Like, I haven't experienced that, but that doesn't mean that that's not God. And they clearly are having a deep moment about it. And so really, whether I believe it or not, whether I agree with it theologically or not, what I'm able to do is love that person in that moment, and again, I think that that's a really good skill set for all of us to be able to have. It will serve us well, whether we're receiving revelation from the Lord, whether we're listening to our own emotions, or whether we're listening to other people's experiences. Just being able to listen, with again, that it actually makes me think of Stephen Covey's 7 highly effective habit, the 7 habits of the highly effective people. And one of them was seek first to understand. And again, that's literally what it is. Like, rather than getting into judgment mode, try to understand. But so often we are focused on trying to make ourselves understood, or to fit it in a box, or whatever that is, that we're missing it. We miss the bigger picture. So anyway, woo! That was a whole direction I didn't even know we were going to go today, but that was fun. And so fun to see all of you guys popping in and out. That's just amazing. It's wonderful to see all of you guys. And I was out super late last night, so I can't believe I'm actually awake enough to be able to have this conversation with you guys today. So I'm going to go get into the rest of my day, but it was wonderful getting to see all of you guys and sending hugs and blessings. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Take care and happy worshiping. Bye, guys.